Hey friends, thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Chrissy and I'm a 39-year-old Canadian expat living here in London. I'm here to chase the dream really, but I'm also here to pay off just over £9,000 worth of credit card debt on a single income. Now, I know it's the 1st of November, everyone's throwing out their November budgets, but I'm a little bit delayed because it's been a crazy nonstop kind of month for me. So I am delayed. Not going to apologize. I am here to be accountable. So today's video is all about checking out for October, see how well I did, etc. So I'm just gonna go right into it. This is how my month looked like. I normally like to look at everything in, I guess, in perspective. So I'm going to talk about a high level of, yeah, I'm just going to go straight into it. So obviously October, excuse me, is a 6-week month for me. Okay, so I have put through my personal spends in 6 weeks, pretty expensive. So on week 1, which is only one day, I budgeted myself £20. I did not spend a penny, so therefore I have £20 in the bank. Week 2, I went to the office 3 times, but luckily I had 2 no spend days, but that also means I had 2 socials that I went to. So on the 4th, I went out to dinner. Now I had paid 29 pounds, sorry, 24 pounds and 29 pence for travel. A lot of it is with terms of Uber, sharing an Uber with my friends, etc. And therefore, that is my share of that day. Secondly, I also did some shopping. I spent 54 pounds on an Instagram special, which is a bunch of shapers, one of those like undergarment kind of things that make you snatched. So I bought 3 of them because it was a 3 for 2 kind of deal, and 54 pounds is what I spent. Another high day for week 2 is the spend on Tuesday. I did go to the office. I did spend money on cigarettes, and 23.20 of that is from cigarettes. There you go. On Sunday that week, I went out for lunch. I went out for some drinks with my friends from the pub. So because I spent £16.80 on alcohol, I categorized that as a social day. Moving on, week 3. Week 3 is a little bit better. Oh, sorry. In total, I spent £109.91. I'll go through the numbers there, but yeah, I'm just kind of throwing in my narrative there. So £109.91 I spent on week 2. Week 3, I did a lot better. In total, I spent £130 and 84 pence, but that's only counting my personal spend. So if you can see here, I went to the office 3 times as well, but I did a lot of shopping. So I spent $18.94 on Vinted, $44.61 on Amazon. It was Amazon Prime Day. I did buy something like I bought a salon size thing of shower gel because I don't like using plastic, but I also love using shower gels. So I just bought like a 5-liter thing of that, and I bought a new calendar, a new diary of this. So yeah, I'll stay tuned. I'm going to show you and do a run through of what a clean version looks like. The next thing I bought, miscellaneous, $82.45. I needed a pair of shoes so bad for my waitressing job. It was wearing out, wearing thin. So $82.45 is actually the remainder of my £200 spent, and I threw everything else, $17.55, onto my travel spend, which I budgeted £80 for that. And because I don't really use gas, I use the rest of my travel fund to cover those new pairs of that new pair of shoes. Next thing is a high spend day for me is $52.15 on the Friday. I did pay sorry, 52.15, and that was because of cigarettes. Now I also buy I ran out of tobacco, so I had to buy a pouch of tobacco and 2 boxes of cigarettes, which is why that spend was so high. So there you go. But you guess what? No spend Saturday and Sunday because I've been working so hard. Next is, you'll see here, 202.50. That was from Cult Beauty. I bought an advent calendar and that was for my 40th birthday. So in terms of budgeting, I did not budget for it. So I threw it on a credit card, hence the blue category there. I did a personal spend of 27 pounds that day on week 4. This is week 4. Indeed, it is. Okay, let's backtrack. Week 3, I spent 130 pounds and 84 pence. I budget myself 140 pounds a week, and I was 9 pounds 16 pence shy of that budget. So I did well in my opinion. The following week was a really busy one. This is the week where I had to go to a conference. So I had to go to a conference here. It carried on over here, and it was followed by a networking event. So to me, I didn't think of budgeting. I was just enjoying the moment, really relishing the fact that I was in a room full of brilliant minds and I just spent money, whatever. So 50 pounds, 78 pence is what I spent on that Tuesday. That is from two boxes of cigarettes, and of course buying lunch and coffees, etc. Paying for it's capped at £9.60 a day if you use the train for a whole entire day. So that's what I spent. Like £9.60 is quite a lot of money because usually it's £5.95 if I did my regular routine. But I was just all over London that day, and I was also all over London on this day as well, on the 18th. Now on the 19th, it was my friend's restaurant opening. So I have a friend that I've been friends with for 12 years, and he decided to open a restaurant, and I'm very, very proud of him. So obviously, me moving to London, I didn't want to be that person that says, oh, I can't come. So I actually did travel all the way back. I traveled 200 miles that day after work. And yeah, just to make sure that I attended there for even an hour and a half. So yeah, I only stayed there for an hour and a half and had to make my way back. So, but yeah, I was there. So I bought some flowers and I bought some gifts. I spent money to eat there as well, at the restaurant. So I wasn't really shy of anything. I did get a healthy discount though, and a good 45 pounds of this personal spend was an Uber ride home, because guess what? I took the last train home, and then as soon as I got back to London, the tubes weren't running at all. So instead of taking a bus journey, which would take me 2.5 hours, by the way, it was already 1:30 at this time, so it would have taken me two and a half hours to take the bus journey home. I decided to just jump the gun and pay for an Uber. So yeah, a good 45 pounds of that was in there on my personal spend. I didn't really care at this point, guys. The thing is, the trains were delayed, so I got a little bit of refund, and that's accounted for. You see the whiteout spot? That's kind of alleviated the cost for that day. So in total, week 4, I spent a whopping 171 pounds and 90 pence, which is 31 pound 90 over my budget, but I actually didn't care. Next thing is week 4. Week 4, you can see here, no spend Monday. I kind of learned my lesson from the last week, but I also did went out the following day. So on the 24th, I went to the office, I bought some cigarettes, and I went out on a social. And with that social, I ended up spending, let's actually just look. What was that? The 24th. Oh, I treated myself. I actually did a solo dinner and paid £18.36 for my dinner. I think I was exhausted at that time, but yeah, I put in a social category because a friend sat with me and I ate at the pub where I worked in. So yeah, in a way, yeah, I covered my own expenses there. The 25th was also a big day. I went to the office and I had another social. I put 20 pounds behind the celebrants tab just to contribute to their birthday celebrations. So 20 pounds of that went to him. And then I also went and bought my own drinks and then paid for, because I went to the office, I paid for lunch, etc. The 26, 24.40, still a high day for me. I went to the office, and obviously because I haven't been at home, I have been spending money on lunch. There we go. So good thing is you can see here every Friday that I get paid. On the 27th, I also got paid from my football, from working from the football club. So that's pretty, that was pretty handy. An extra 162.55 is what I made there. The 30th and 31st, which is the last 2 days, I've been tracking, guys, and I know that I've been doing well. So £3.76 is what I spent on Monday. I went to the office yesterday and I spent about $17.85 on meeting my boyfriend's family for the first time. So I bought like a whole bunch of baked goods and from this really cute bakery near the office, and I gave it to them just as like a little treat. So yeah, that was well within my budget, so I have no regrets there. So let me show you what the numbers actually look like, and I'm gonna zoom you right in. Ta-da! Okay, so how I started the month is 3,855 pounds and 64 pence. This was a little bit low on my end, despite the side hustle money being like super great. That's because my spend for September, I just overspent there, so I had to take out 130 pounds and 79 pence there. Moving on, nothing really different for my fixed expenses. When I'm writing down my budget, I will explain what I pay for. So in this occasion, I'll probably refer you to one of those videos. I'm really sorry. So yeah, anyway, I have overestimated what I'd pay for my cell phone bill. I don't know why they go a penny here and right on the dollar, right on the pound, some other months. I don't get it, but I'm not going to complain over 1 penny. So that is the difference there on my fixed expenses. My variable expenses was let me just cover that. You already saw it. Oh my goodness. Okay, anyway, my variable expenses, you can see here, I went down, I basically maximized my gas budget, my miscellaneous, my tithe. I put in 80 pounds where I should have put in 100, but I just miscounted. Yeah, you can see here, week 4 is the expensive one. So I did have to reel it in the subsequent weeks. But overall, I spent 1,041 pounds and 19 pence, which 50 pounds and 41 pence underneath that budgeted expense there. So I'm very happy with that. If you can see the purple, the purple highlight there, that's me throwing in an extra debt repayment to my Virgin credit card. So moving on to the investment flat. Investment flat has always been the same this entire year, $432.75, which is great. Sinking fund, I threw in $215.16, and my family reunion, which is also on my credit card, in American Express credit card, that's 200 pounds. What happened there, guys, is I used the American Express card for points, and luckily, I bought a desk and a chair for absolutely free with the points that I've accrued on my family reunion spend. So I think that's a win. I could have spent 170 pounds on on that expense, but I didn't. So 415 pounds and 16 pence went into my savings and sinking funds. So there we go. Debt repayment, I budgeted 324 pounds and 31 pence to go in there. But luckily with the extra, with the underspends throughout the weeks, I've managed to throw in some extra debt repayments there. So I paid a total of 416 pounds and 5 pence there. So I'm pretty happy with that. So just giving a rundown there, my fixed, so in total, including all these categories there, I spent £3,847 and 25 pence, which is £8.39 underneath my October income. So there we go. That's the amount I'm gonna roll over, and I'm really excited about that. November is going to be a busy month. Busy month in terms of getting ready. So I have 2 birthdays to go to in November. It is the month before my vacation month. So in December, it's going to be my 40th birthday, and in December, early December, week 2 of December, I'm going away on a family holiday. So that is me just trying to fit. I don't know, guys, I'm probably going to use my credit card. Let's be real. Black Friday is around the corner as well. So I'm just going to do my best to mitigate that. In the end of the day, I have a couple of side hustles now to recover from any of the spends that I'm doing. And hopefully, fingers crossed, nothing happens with the investment flat, because this time last year, that's where all the nightmares started. So I'm hoping it's not going to be the same thing this year. But yeah, that is me done for my my month check-in. I am pretty elated, happy that I made it under. Could have done better, but we can always do better. But I'm happy with the amount of socials that I went to. I had a little bit of I have some balance. I've been able to go out, and I treated myself with making plans. So there you go. I'm gonna close this off. And thank you so much for joining me tonight. My next video is going to be about my November budget. So happy budgeting, folks. I'll speak to you later. Bye-bye.